Frequently asked questions by NET aspirants is that if they need to remember the publication dates of the works. The simple answer is yes. If you look at the past few year papers, you will realize that the NET people, they are really focusing on the chronology questions. They have been asking such questions a lot. You just have to go through the previous year papers to figure that out. And to answer these questions, you have to know the publication dates of the works. Not just that, these days they have also been asking to arrange the authors according to the year of their birth. So apart from remembering the years of the works, you also need to remember it for the authors. You can check the previous year papers, like I just said, to notice this pattern, okay, where they are asking you to arrange the authors chronologically, as in according to their year of birth. Plus they'll also ask you to arrange the works chronologically. If you go to my website, theankitajain.com, under syllabus section, where I have provided the entire syllabus for anyone to see completely free of cost, you will find that I have already done the second part of the task for you. I have already arranged all the authors chronologically. You will see that there, and that is one less task for you to do. Just you can see on that screen already that how I have arranged. You just need to slide through the right, okay, because on that marker you can just slide and you can see how all the authors they have been arranged. The logic behind doing this was simple, that when you will prepare, you will be following this order, studying in this order, making notes in this order. In short, you will be repeatedly exposed to this chronology. It will be in front of you every time you start studying, and through the method of repetition, your brain will unknowingly remember at least most of the order. This is a psychological fact, this is a scientific fact, okay? जब आप बार बार repeatedly एक चीज़ के साथ expose होते हो तो वो आपके दिमाग में छप जाती है वो चीज़. This is the trick to tackle these chronology questions. Repeated exposure. You stick them around you at a place where they are visually accessible to you, जहाँ वो आपको दिखते रहें बार बार, and through constant exposure your brain will remember. What you can also do is that you can use mnemonics. Mnemonics is basically any learning technique that helps in retaining the information and retrieving it later. I'll give you one very simple example. So let's say that I have to do 3 tasks tomorrow: painting, ordering something online, and editing this video that I'm recording right now. And let's say that I don't have a pen and paper with me to note it down, or any mobile to set a reminder, okay? और अभी मेरे को याद रखना है, मुझे पहली रात को सोने से पहले याद आता है. अब मैं कैसे याद रखती हूँ? Now what I do is that I take P from painting, O from order, and E from edit. Now I form an acronym, PO, P-O-E, PO. Now I just have to remember this one word PO tomorrow, and I'll be able to remember what each letter stood for. In fact, I do this still a lot because मुझे रात को आधी चीज़ें याद आ रही होती है, तो I just form this acronym, और अगले दिन फिर मैं याद करती हूँ. मैंने कहा ओके ऐसे याद किया था, ये वाला इसके लिए था, so I have to do that. This is what mnemonics is. This is one of the ways that you can use for the chronology questions. Now, as for the works of the writers, make a list of all the writers and then jot down their works. आपने पूरा एक लिस्ट बनाया सारे राइटर्स का, उसके बाद आपने उनके नीचे उनके सारे जो इम्पोर्टेंट वर्क्स थे, जो उनकी पूरी क्रोनोलॉजी थी, वो आपने पूरा लिस्ट बनाया. फॉर द मेजर राइटर्स यू विल हैव टू नोट बोथ देयर माइनर एंड मेजर वर्क्स, ओके? You can visit my website theankitajain.com, and under the demo material you will find that I have provided a sample for chronology also. तो आप जाएंगे वो demo materials में जाके आप देखेंगे I have provided 2 samples for chronology. So this is how you can prepare it yourself. In my online course though, I provide my students with the complete chronology of all the writers, highlighting the important works as well. और उसमें side में I also give some important information अगर जहाँ पे भी required होता है, I've categorized them. You can do the same in case you are preparing on your own. You can either create an Excel sheet बना सकते हैं आप अगर चाहें तो. If you want, you can create a Word file, whatever suits you. And keep on noting the works in that list as you study it. Don't leave it for the later कि end में एक साथ बना लेंगे, because when you prepare it side by side, you can always mention some small details alongside, जैसे मैंने किया था. Like sometimes, for example, the work is written much before, but then it's published later or posthumously. Such details do become important sometimes. For example, in case of Jane Austen's Persuasion and Northanger Abbey, both of them were published posthumously and together at that, okay? And this is something that you should note down. ठीक है, publication date अलग हो जाएगा, लेकिन लिखा वो chronology में उस हिसाब से पहले आएगा. So these are the things that you will have to note down. To take another example, let's say while you are studying the poems of Robert Browning. You should make a note of which poem forms a part of which poetry collection alongside their year, of course, okay? This becomes much easier if you do it as you prepare and not later. It might take a few minutes extra, but then it's going to come in handy later when you revise. Trust me, this is exactly how I have prepared the chronology in my course, all right? Like I said, you can just go to online to my website and you can see under the demo lectures for your perusal, you can see how I have prepared it, okay? And you can just follow that same method. Also, sometimes they will ask you to organize the works of one writer. Sometimes it must be different works of different writers के अलग अलग वर्क्स लिए अलग अलग राइटर्स के उनको आपको क्रोनोलॉजिकली अरेंज करना है, बट दे विल बी फ्रॉम द सेम ब्लॉक. तो विक्टोरियन है तो विक्टोरियन होगा, ब्रिटिश है तो ब्रिटिश होगा. समटाइम्स इवन द ब्लॉक माइट ऑल्सो बी डिफरेंट. एक अमेरिकन से आया, एक इंडियन से आया, एक कहीं से आया, एक कहीं से आया. दे माइट डू दैट, ओके. प्लस दे माइट ऑल्सो आस्क यू टू ऑर्गेनाइज इंपॉर्टेंट पॉलिटिकल एंड हिस्टोरिकल इवेंट्स क्रोनोलॉजिकली. दैट्स लाइक अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट यू शुड कीप इन माइंड. अभी उन्होंने रिसेंटली पूछा भी था जहाँ पर उन्होंने कुछ इवेंट्स दिए थे, वर्ल्ड वॉर वगैरह एंड ऑल दोज के इंसान चांद पे पहली बार कब गया था. I think that was one of the options and you had to arrange them chronologically. Remember that with these questions, revision is the key. Do not underestimate the power of revision and practice these chronology questions because they are being asked these days a lot. With that, I take your leave. I hope you like the video. Take care and all the best to you in your preparations.